Welcome back to my channel Kishore Sir Ki Pathshala. We were doing chapter number 6 tissues of 9 Cbse science. Let's continue. Last time we have done meristematic tissues. Let's continue after that. Today we are going to see permanent tissues. What are permanent tissues? We have seen that the meristematic tissues are there which take up a specific role and they lose the ability to divide. As a result, what happens? They form a permanent tissues. Now, this process of taking up a permanent shape, size, and functions is called as differentiation. Differentiation leads to the development of various types of permanent tissues. So, various types of permanent tissues we will see because of what? Of differentiation. Here we would like to remember that meristematic tissues were there, right? They take a specific role, and what happens there after they're losing the ability to divide, permanent tissues are formed. Now let us do one activity. What we need to do, we need to take a plant stem, cut into very thin slices or section, stain the slices with saffroning, which is a dye, place one neatly cut section on the slide and put a drop of glycerin. Cover with the cover slip. We need to put a cover slip on this and we need to observe under a microscope. Observe the various type of cells and their arrangement. So here you will see that different parts are seen in the section of the stem where you will see epidermis, collenchyma, parenchyma, phloem, and all these things are there. So let's see things one by one. Let's discuss what are the plant tissues. We have already seen meristematic tissues. We have discussed about the apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem in the previous section. Today we are going to discuss about permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are divided into simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. So let's discuss about simple permanent tissue first. Now the simple permanent tissue are the types in which you will see the first one is the parenchyma. Parenchyma is the most common simple permanent tissue. It consists of relatively unspecialized cells with a thin cell wall. They are the living cells. They are usually loosely arranged. See the arrangement, they are loosely arranged. So large spaces between the cells are there, that is the intercellular spaces are found in this tissue, right? So large spaces you will observe in this tissue. So these tissues generally what they do, they store food. In some situation it contains chlorophyll, right? As we all know, when chlorophyll is present, the process of photosynthesis takes place, that is the preparation of food. So in that case, it is called as chlorenchyma. In aquatic plants, large air cavities are present in the parenchyma to help them float, right? For to float, they require this air pockets. Such parenchyma is called as aerenchyma in that case. So parenchyma is a relatively very easy type of tissue to remember. Then comes the next is the simple permanent tissue, that is collenchyma. Collenchyma provides flexibility in plants. It allows the bending of various parts of plants like the tendrils. Tendrils which helps the plants to withhold itself, and stems of climbers without breaking. Collenchyma also provides mechanical support. So mechanical support is been provided with the help of collenchyma. So collenchyma are found in the leaf stacks below the epidermis. The cells of these tissues are living, elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. So there is a very little intercellular space, right? So the intercellular space is very less. So what we see here is that collenchyma usually it allows the bending of various parts of the plants, right, without being breaking it. It gives the mechanical support, okay, and the intercellular space is very less. Now let's see the next simple permanent tissue, that is the sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is the tissue which makes the plant hard and stiff. So the hardness and stiffness, right, is given by sclerenchyma. You'll see the husk of the coconut, that is the example of sclerenchyma, right, that is made of sclerenchymatous tissues. The cells of the tissues they are the dead tissues. They are long, narrow, as the walls are thickened due to lignin. So there is a material called as lignin. This material is like a cement, right? It's a chemical substance like cement, okay, which solidifies. Often these walls are so thick, there is no internal space inside the cell. So they lack internal space. Internal space is not there. This tissue is present in stems, around the vascular bundles, in the veins of the leaves, and in the hard covering of the seeds and nuts. It provides strength to the plant parts. So the strength is being imparted by the sclerenchyma. So what we need to remember here is that sclerenchyma, the cells of these tissues are the dead tissues, right? And they are long, they are narrow, as the walls are thickened due to lignin, okay? And the tissues is present in the stems, around the vascular bundles, and in the hard covering of seeds and nuts. Students, I am sure you have understood today's topic about permanent tissues. For more information, please watch my channel Kishore Sir Ki Pathshala. Please like, subscribe and share.